Hey everybody, this is Bill Manning with Studio C41. Fujifilm sent us a camera before a big release, and you probably already know based on the title, it is the Instax SQ1. This is a new camera that has been released. This is an Instax Square camera. So we went and did a hike up into the mountains with this and did some sunrise pictures and a couple selfies with it. So let's dive into the specs of this new camera. The new SQ1 is the fourth camera in the Instax Square family. The camera weighs just over 400 grams with two lithium CR2 batteries, rated for 30 packs or 300 shots before replacing. The camera includes a wrist strap, adhesive thumb grip, and a redesigned hand grip, making the SQ1 a more ergonomic friendly camera than its predecessor. The SQ1 turns on by twisting the lens ring into two positions, on for subjects 3 meters and to infinity, and selfie for up-close images between 11.8 to 19 inches. This camera includes a plastic lens element with a constant f12.6 aperture and an electronic shutter speed between 1/2 to 1/400th of a second. With a static aperture and 800 ISO film speed, the SQ1 automatically determines the exposure by adjusting the shutter speed using the light sensors on the front of the lens barrel. My wife and I got up early Sunday morning to hike Brasstown Bald, the highest point in Georgia. It's a steep 1/2 mile hike to the summit. However, I had less than 20 minutes just to get there before dawn. We made it just in time with minutes to spare, but we had just enough time to take all the beauty in. Given its cold temperatures, I had to stick the Instax film in my jacket in order to keep the chemistry warm for the film to develop properly. I absolutely love the Instax camera because it allows me to interact with total strangers and quickly connect with them on a personal level. It also allows the subject to quickly open up to the photographer and connect with a total stranger. Once the image is captured, they can immediately take that experience along with them in the form of a physical print.
Oh my god, that's pretty cool.
After taking the images, we headed back down the mountain and we rushed off to find much needed coffee. Alright, so let's talk about this camera. I really did enjoy shooting this camera. Some of the pros, it is very simple. In all honesty, I thought this flash was going to bother me. Honestly, it didn't bother me at all. However, I did have some concerns with it. There are only two focusing modes. You have on, which is infinity, and then you also have essentially selfie mode. I found it very difficult during portraits that things that were, more than 20 inches but less than 6 feet away were out of focus. And so there was no kind of in-between mode as far as how to go and shoot. If you do try to put it in between selfie mode and infinity, it will not fire. So as you can see here, it just blinks this light saying that there's some kind of error going on. So that is something that I did have a concern with. Additionally, this button right here is very, very sensitive. I have several misfire shots as a result of this button right here. It does not take much pressure at all, so something to certainly be aware about, because Instax Square film is not all that cheap. It's about $15 a pack, so that comes out to $1.50 a shot. So if you have a misfired like this, so it does include a Then you just burnt $1.50. So that is pretty much my only major concerns. One thing I did want to point out, there is no thread on this. So primarily because of the 1/2 to 1/400th shutter second, it's really not designed really to be mounted and do long exposures. There's no capabilities to do double exposure. So again, this is a very straightforward camera. There's not much functionality other than that it was designed for simplicity. So the final question is, should you buy one? That's totally up to you. Honestly, you know, one of these here is very fun. I don't shoot that much instant film in general. I know I probably should because I generally like to interact with people being in the studio. I'm certainly very interacting with the people that I photograph. So I certainly can see maybe I could probably use this flash right here to maybe sync up with the flash in the studio and, you know, get the slave mode going, and then, you know, use that to overpower and use F12 to meter it out. I've seen it done with some other instant cameras, so I think it's certainly doable. So something I'm going to have to try out later on in the future. So I think that's pretty much really the only thing that I could see myself really using this right now, especially with some travel where I can just quickly just do, you know, just a quick, you know, going out and shooting. So when doing some landscapes, because I really do like how the landscapes came out on this. It's not tack sharp. It was never designed to be tack sharp. The lens is plastic. So just keep that in mind. You know, this is a fun camera, something that kind of just captures the moment, and the sharpness is more of a second thought when it comes to shooting with one of these. Alright guys, well that wraps it up for this review. A very special thanks to Fujifilm for sending me one of these to test out. In clear transparency, I do get to keep this, so I will be throwing this in my bag for future travel. So stay tuned. I will certainly have more images that will be coming from this, especially when I'm going to the national parks later next year. So thank you, Fujifilm, and that wraps it up for this review, guys. So until the next review, shoot some film. Dang it.